Nice to be in orbit.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Roger, 0G, and I feel fine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Augsburg University, Edor Nelson Field, home of Minneapolis City Soccer Club, for this Saturday night NPSL match between your 7-0 Minneapolis City Crows versus the Sioux Falls Thunder that currently sit 2 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie. I am John Bisworm. Thank you for having me back for another match. Tonight, I am not joined by Mr. Eric Nordquist. I know you're all sad. I know you guys don't like me, but you're going to have to put up with me tonight. But I did bring someone to ease the tension, to help me call this game, and that is Minneapolis City forward, who's almost ready to get back on the field from injury, and that's Mr. Nick Hutton. Nick, welcome to the booth, man.
Yeah, thanks. Excited to be here. Excited to get back on the field, but, this is next best.
Yeah, I mean, you get to sit up here, you get to hang out. It's a little hot, but at least you're not sitting in the sun.
Yeah, you get the beverages, you got it all. I mean, we're all set up, but...
Just a quick thing before we dive into a little bit more here. Wanted to mention that last time out for both of these teams, Minneapolis City had last week, midweek, had a 3-2 win over third place Joyce Athletic St. Louis Park. Pretty good game back and forth, but the Crows did come on top to say a perfect 7-0. And the Sioux Falls Thunder, they had the one thing that you don't want to do, Nick. That's tie Lacrosse Harris 1-1.
Yeah, we've been there, that's for sure. I mean, there's sometimes they'll park the bus on you just can't break them down.
You can't. I
mean, yeah, we'll see if they can come out tonight and bring out some energy. But we'll, let's focus on some of the keys to victory tonight. Sponsored by Pence Homes. The first thing we're thinking about is keeping it fresh. What does that mean to you?
So keeping it fresh to me is we're now getting into that second leg of the season, and with I mean, you're on it. The depth of this roster is it's to the moon, right?
Hell yeah.
It's full of a lot of really quality players. Where we're going up against some teams like Sioux Falls traveled with 17 today that may struggle in the second half, where we can keep it fresh by adding some new faces, and I think you'll see some new faces in the lineup today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that probably leads us into our second key here. It's show 'em our game.
Yeah, I think show 'em our game. The first meeting between the two of these in South Dakota was not at Sioux Falls University, which is where we've typically played in the past. It was on a park field, high grass, cold, rainy, windy. The possession style of soccer that Minneapolis City is known for and executes, and we've seen it over 7 games, threw out the window in game 1, and we had to just scrap out a victory. I think today you're going to see, and Sioux Falls is going to see what that looks like firsthand.
Yeah, we're going to be able to get the ball down and play. That's going to be awesome. I mean, lastly, though, the other end of the field, we got to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I joke that in the first 3 games, it was almost like the Minneapolis City backline was allergic to giving up goals, going 3 games with clean sheets, and then giving up 6 out of the last 4 games. If you're looking at a 7-game season so far and you've given up 6 goals, that's pretty good.
Oh, you're probably pretty happy with that.
You're pretty happy, but as soon as you get into the region and you start to look at the other teams, and we're looking at playoff implications potentially, you want to start to have that goal differential going up. And that starts with not giving up any.
Absolutely, and just getting into good habits. Not losing focus, giving something away cheaply. I mean, the guys are good enough to stay clean in the back. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but now we know our victory keys. Who are we focusing on today? I think what we were targeting was Will Kidd, absolute engine up top from St. Thomas, sponsored by our friends over at TCO. I see them every week fixing up. So. What are we focusing on with Will today?
Well, Will's one of the guys that's been here from the beginning. He went to Bradley University before coming to the Crows, ended up switching over to St. Thomas. A Como Park High grad. Was a 2019 Division III All-American, transferring into St. Thomas from Bradley, like I mentioned. He's the club's all-time leading goal scorer. And interesting stat, I went back and did some math, Nick. He scored 12 career goals versus the Thunder.
He eats them up.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So that's one of those things. Tell me a little bit about playing with Will.
I mean, you know exactly what he's going to do. He's got a high energy. He's going to try to turn people over in really dangerous spots high up the field. And the effort's never in question. So it's stressful to play against him. It's a Jamie Vardy type where, it's not always going to be put the ball down in tiny 1-2s, little passing triangles. He's going to get after people. And he's going to make you run. He's going to make you sweat. He's going to hit you if you're on the ball, and he's going to turn you over, and you're going to go. It's a lot of fun to play with.
I joke that he's like that Labrador Retriever puppy that you teach to sit, and then you stand in front of him and bounce the ball, and the whole time they're saying, just give me the ball, throw the ball, just give me the ball. I want to go, I want to go, I want to go.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and our center mids are so good, and they've been clicking so well that he's just ready to be released and just sent in. So that's one thing I want to see today is see him get in behind people a little bit.
Absolutely. So as far as lineups go for the Sioux Falls Thunder, we have Seminetti in goal, Haggerty, Glissendorf, Arabo, and Amari across the back line, Cork, Beltran, and Ayalu in the middle, and then the front three of Juan McInerney, Stevenson Storm, and Steven Iodale. Sorry, these are hard names for me to pronounce. But for your home, Minneapolis City SC in goal, a little bit of a replacement, Nick. Matt Elder steps aside, has a wedding this weekend, but we got Big Troy coming in. So Troy Luegi, number 13, in the starting in goal tonight. And your back line of number 25, Charlie Adams, number 4, Max Kent, number 24, Jack Barry, and number 23, Matt Murakami round out the back line. Anchoring in front of that back line is number 15, Ian Smith. And then joining him in the central part of the field will be number 19, Brian Lopez, and captain number 8, Max Stiegwart. Then your front three, a pretty impressive front three, one that we hope you to join in the not-too-distant future in player to watch, number 7, Will Kidd, Midu Youssef, and Lionel Vang. I mean, you have been part of some very prolific front threes. This one is scoring goals for fun.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it's fun to have to come knock somebody out of their spot rather than have to find a replacement. Right now, you got to replace some of the best players with, doing something great. Otherwise, it's gonna be tough to find minutes. So I mean, staying fresh is gonna be nice, but these guys are clicking. Yeah,
absolutely. Clicking at the right time, seeing that we're just over the turn of the halfway point in the season. Did want to mention for folks that are out there watching us today, as well as the folks that might be listening in the stands to us. I don't know how that would work, but if you do it, awesome. Official post-game party. We have an official post-game party now, Nick, and that is at our new sponsor, Mpls Brewing Company. So we've had a couple events out there. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, it's awesome. You get some party water out there. They've got a bunch of different, they've got stuff for hot days or hanging out with just a beer in the shade. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nestled next to the river. Nice little spot there. So head on over as soon as this match it concludes, maybe even a little bit early, depending on what the scoreline is.
Oh,
and get your seat. So as we see the referees kind of giving their last set of instructions here, as both teams are huddling up as well, like we talked about it, we are in the halfway point of the season. It's currently sitting first place on 21 points, 6 points ahead of second place Med City, who happens to be playing Duluth again for the second time in a week, which is stupid to me, but that's how the schedule worked out. But we're looking at a 6-point lead going into this game. Depending upon how that matchup goes, maybe an 8-point lead. If each of them gathers, or sorry, 7-point lead or 8-point lead, yes. If they happen to draw, but we've never been on 21 points this early.
No, I mean how could you do better? Honestly,
yeah, you can't.
Right, we're a little cleaner in the back here, but I mean I think everybody we were talking about at practice, we've beaten everybody, and now everybody's going to come back and try to tweak things and give it a different shot, but. We know we can beat everyone because we have. And I think it's just we're holding ourselves to a high standard of just tweaking things, being nitpicky because we're good enough to be able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the message, Ben, from the coaching staff to try to keep the quality high for another run through the teams?
I think it's really been about being, like you said, staying fresh, staying sharp. So not everything has to have the highest urgency or level of intensity. But we want to stay classy and clean. We want to stay crisp on the ball. We want to play things around, make other people do the running, and then we can just be clinical. I think the big thing we need to do is just continue to try to be more and more ruthless.
Absolutely.
I think, especially that front three, we've got so many guys coming off the bench that are incredible as well that, if we miss some sitters or if they're not dangerous enough, we're going to put somebody else in.
Absolutely. So we get action on our way here as Stevenson Storm looks to drop the ball back to Haggerty as he ends up playing the ball through, but it looks as if Sioux Falls not going to sit back on the Crows as Will Kidd gets a nice interception. A lot of teams, Nick, want to sit back on us. Is that a smart thing to do?
I mean, it's tough to figure out what the right thing to do is against our team. It's from back to front.
Good turn by Youssef.
Great turn. I mean, from back to front, we're stacked. I mean, we've got depth and we've got intelligence through the layers. So if you want to sit back, we're going to figure out a way to play a chess match and break you down. If you want to open up and run a track meet, that's another scary proposition with us. I don't think people have tried that yet, but I don't think it'd go well.
Good interception there by Stigwar as Lopez tracks that down. Back to Max Kent. Under a little bit of pressure, but it's looking as if the formation for Sioux Falls today might be a little bit fluid as Stevenson Storm looks to kind of be more centered here, but you'll look to maybe have him connect up top with McInerney.
Yeah, their wings are dropped back, trying to make sure that they're going to weather the storm a little bit. Looks like they're getting out to balls or everything like that, but they've got to figure out how to get on the ball. That's gonna be tough for them. If the guys look like they're going to be good and patient today, find the right spots. There's a lot of channels open there because they are a little bit stretched.
Ian Smith with some space. Leahy, nice and far out of his goal. Something that's a little bit different than what Matt Elder does.
Yeah, absolutely. Troy's come a long ways over the last few years. It's been a lot of fun to be around. He's turned into an incredible goalie.
Yeah, soon to be a doctor of engineering.
Not surprising.
Murakami on the ball here, looking to find Vang. Nice bit of footwork.
Send him.
Unlucky as Storm intercepts that pass. Probably looking to go to Adams there. Lissendorf. Good defensive pressure by Charlie Adams. Youssef through a crowd. Vang looking to find someone. Good patience, though, to pull that back to Adams and know that we don't have to go forward just because we're in the offensive third. Stigwar looking to try to find a rushing Lopez through a pretty decent crowd there, but Simonetti was able to come off his line pretty quickly and then looks to get started right away into Omari.
Like seeing that run through the middle from Brian to try to get through. If they're going to pick up that front line, if we can sneak somebody through from the center mids, that's going to be really tough to pick up.
Good bit of pressure there by Minneapolis City. It's a tough one for McInerney to try to collect there. That throw into the neck.
Yeah, that was impressive. He held on to that well.
This is about as deepest as we've seen Sioux Falls get into the Minneapolis City half so far.
Yeah, there's the longest stretch of passes thus far.
Jack Barry with quite a bit of space he can eat up here, but chooses to go out wide to Murakami, who has that space, but clips one into Midu Youssef. Able to get the game's first corner kick. I think Omari might be looking for the foul there. Youssef did put his body into him, but I didn't see anything in that would have warranted a foul.
No, absolutely not. I mean, defenders sometimes, they'll hit you every single time at half, but facing their own goal, they're going to go down as quickly as possible.
Max Stigwart for City on this corner kick.
Nice.
Oh, Jack Barry getting up for it. Oh, just over Murakami's head.
Flag was going up there.
Great clearance off the line by Eric Beltran on that header from Barry. Stand's starting to fill up, folks. If you haven't already made the decision, you're waffling whether you want to come down here or not. It's a perfect night for soccer in Minneapolis.
I think the people were slow to get in here because that food truck looks incredible.
Interception by Adams. Barry's had a lot of time on the ball so far.
It's one thing that those guys have been focusing on and doing a really nice job on is just doing the simple things faster.
I think to add to that is definitely that, like, when to step on the ball and pull it back rather than trying to clip that long ball into maybe a disadvantageous opportunity for us, maybe like a 1-versus-1 or a 1v2. Good turn by Lionel Vang.
Great ball.
Ball in by Charlie Adams, wrong-footed through the uprights, out of the stadium. Last week, Chuck put one into the freeway. Now he's putting one into the park.
Do you guys get those balls back off the freeway somehow?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Those are the type of things that we just hope it doesn't injure anyone.
You're right.
I mean, worst case scenario, you're driving, all of a sudden a size 5 select comes ripping into your windshield.
Kidding. That'd be terrifying. That was a good turn.
Good turn by Ayalu. Finds Beltran in the middle. But good pressure by Lopez creating that turnover. Good collective team defense by the Crows. But excuse me, a bad giveaway by Vang. Luegi comes out. Didn't get all that one. I think it might have been a communication error as Luegi came out, didn't call anyone off, and Adams was kind of stuck scrambling there for the game's first corner kick for Sioux Falls. I think really good opportunity for Stevenson Storm for Sioux Falls, but just couldn't quite wrap his foot around it. But he's here to take the ensuing corner kick. Good clearance by Murakami.
That was a really nice job by Stevenson to hold off bodies and just create a little bit of chaos in there. The defenders didn't want to knock him down, but he was willing to hit him a little bit, and that's why I think snuck around Troy.
Beltran on the ball. Nice switch. Good interception by Murakami. Murakami's a sneaky good. Another giveaway by Vang. Those spots are bad giveaways because we saw in for the first instance, it created that counterattack opportunity where we didn't have our organization. Storm moving around Adams, trying to get into the box. Good save by Luegi, and another great block by Jack Barry. Sioux Falls looking to get a little bit dangerous here, Nick.
I mean, that's the thing about keeping those clean sheets. If we just need to stay a little bit tighter. I think Lionel putting a name on those balls is actually going to clean that up because I think there's just miscommunication on who he's trying to hit.
Yeah.
I think people left him.
They're going in between both Max and Brian Lopez, and the other one thinks the other one's getting it.
Right. I think a name will clean that up.
On that last bit of possession, Youssef was all in one-on-one, and Max Kent chose to step on the ball. That's okay. Keep the possession, but when you have a one-on-one opportunity between Midu and a center back, you might want to find him.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and he's going to keep making those runs. He'll make it loud and clear.
Yep, absolutely. Lopez winning the throw-in. Good bit of footwork by Lopez. I believe we call that a mazy run. Another run-in by Lopez where Max Kent could have found him.
I like Max stepping up into that space, but he's just got
Ball
to
in
be a
by
little bit
Youssef.
more.
Dangerous ball in.
That was a great ball.
Shouts for a handball as number 20, Steven Iodele, a little dangerous in there. I mean, I understand what he was trying to do in trying to chest the ball back into the
The goalie.
the goalie, but
It didn't hop high enough for him to get a chest on it, turned to his belly.
yeah. As we're looking at 9 minutes into this game, I think what we need to see from Minneapolis City is cleaning up and, like you were saying, putting a name on some of those passes to keep the possession and eliminate any issues. Kent goes long into player to watch, Will Kidd. Gets on the other end of it. Stigwar with a shot. Oh, blocked by Sioux Falls.
So we were talking about pre-game, Will Kidd just battling until the ball drops to the right spot.
Good bit of possession here.
They're swarming.
Yeah, Murakami's been on the other end of quite a few interceptions early on today. Now looking to get it into the offensive action here. Bang passes up the cross into keeping possession to Ian Smith. It goes back to Jack Barry, and now Max Kent has the ball with lots of room. Chooses to go out wide to Charlie Adams. Not a lot of activity as we're getting into the half, Nick.
They're doing a good job just closing lanes, being smart about where to try to break down. They're wanting us to get around the edges and stuff instead of through the middle.
Run by Lopez.
They don't want to be beaten through the middle, so just working around, find our gaps.
Stigwart cleans up the mess there, finding Ian Smith, who looks for Will Kidd. There's that activity again, Nick. Excuse me. Ekberry into Lopez.
Just some good movement to keep shifting the defense. This is exhausting, and mentally just breaks down a little bit when you have to be chasing shadows, chasing balls all the time.
Youssef on the other end of it. He's in.
Great block.
Great block. Was that Omari again? Number 5, Omari?
Yes, 5.
Good intervention there. I mean, you'd have to think that if he doesn't get on that, it's going to take a pretty big Simonetti save there to keep that out of the net.
Absolutely. I mean, a little bit of a tighter angle, but Midu's scored a few of those this year.
Perhaps
good link-up play with Will, too, to play that ball in, leave it off for Midu to take and run.
Perhaps maybe an opportunity to take a quick strike.
Oh, totally.
Good battle to get the ball back by Lionel Vang. It's swarming defense again that you mentioned, Nick. Causes another Sioux Falls turnover.
In a dangerous spot, too. Nice pickup by 19 there. Macri.
Stigwart did a really good job of dropping back there to eliminate the counter. And Beltran overcooks pass into number 20, Stephen Iodele, out for a City throw-in. So we're 13 minutes in, Nick. How's your first broadcast going?
Yeah, it's good. Good.
Keeps you on your toes.
Absolutely.
Adams into Lopez, and it looked as if Haggerty went through the back of him. We're going to get our first opportunity for a free kick in a pretty dangerous position. Stigwart and looks like Youssef is going to be on this one.
Find your back post, Jack Berry here. Want to see this somewhere between the back of the 6 and...
Right there?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was absolutely perfect ball. He was offsides, though.
Looks like he's just started offsides. Mm-hmm. I understand the want to try to, like, skirt that fine line, but with his size, you probably can stay a step in front of the defender and run right by him and win the ball still.
I mean, yeah, his leaping ability, too, to be able to just get up and get to the right spot. He doesn't have to get to the spot early. It's the people who don't have that size and need to get there early and box him out.
Simonetti choosing to go long with the goal kick.
Nice takedown by Macri again.
Murakami defending. Slowing up his attacker. Great anticipation. Talk to me a little bit about playing against Matt Murakami. I think this season been fantastic defensively.
Oh, he's terrific. I mean, he doesn't do anything, dangerous. He's clean in his tackles, and he reads the game really well. I think that's the thing. He's sneaky athletic. People don't realize that, but he can just get on the ball, and if you run at him, he's going to start to put you, where you don't want to run to. He's going to start putting you out wide for dangerous spots. He's going to delay to help get other people in there. But if you show them too much of the ball, he's just going to jump on it. We just saw it exactly right there. If you're not protecting the ball, he's just going to take it from you.
Well, he was our player to watch last week. We talked about it. He was a converted center midfielder by trade in college, but so was Charlie Adams, and at the same exact college. And now look where they're at. They're bookends to the City backline.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, in the better soccer we start to watch,
Smith and
we find
Youssef.
how much more important those outside backs are at the highest levels. When when we were growing up, outside backs maybe where you hid some of the talent that wasn't there. Nowadays, you put some of your best ball players, best passers, everything like that Out on the edges.
Yeah, definitely wanted to find that those long services in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe those guys more adept to beating someone 1v1 as opposed to
Absolutely.
just being a defender.
Right. I mean, you think about how much time they get on the ball. You want them to be good on the ball.
Right.
There's never a consideration before. Sloppy turnover there. Oh, good save.
Leahy's still playing very high.
Max trying to go through the back line up
Yeah,
there.
he's going to get a nosebleed if he gets up any higher. They're uncharted waters for a big center back.
Laughing at Lionel Vang, who's all the way back in the back line protecting him.
Lopez with a nice ball into Adams. If he can keep it in.
Great take.
Great touch. Oh, great ball in by Adams. Finding Lopez, just catching the wrong side of the instep and pushing that wide. But there you go. That's a great example of why you put someone who's good on the ball out wide.
It was a 45-yard 1-2.
Yeah, it really was. Simonetti going short to Glissendorf.
Nice ball.
Youssef's in. Rips the shot. Ooh,
Good take.
Looks like he actually got a little bit of turf there. I like that because it's texting Simonetti early from distance and showing that we're not going to try to pass it in the goal. We're willing to take some efforts from deep. Keep him honest.
Oh, absolutely. And Midu can hit those shots. He's a terrific striker of the ball. You know, he's got to do a good job of mixing up, taking people on the dribble, and keeping honest by hitting some shots. Safe play by Jack there.
Yeah, don't do anything dumb there. Sioux Falls with the throw. And one more. The referee is saying, you got to move back, pal. Lissendorf looking to go long into Storm. Storm's had some early success against Adams, but it looks like he was offsides.
Just a little early.
Max tests Simonetti from way deep.
What did he see there? Did he see a run?
I think he was just clearing lines.
Oh, okay.
Leggy deep off his line, collecting that. And quickly into Jack Barry. He's not really finding any success with anyone checking to him. Now it's on.
Ian's such a good general in the middle there, just communicating and calming things down over there. I like right now he's doing a really nice job of staying a few yards ahead of those center backs. So we've got some angles to go forward and back.
And Lopez checked the wrong shoulder, but able to collect it back. Little kid finding Adams. Good bit of individual play there by McKerney. But
Macri and Stevenson did a nice job of holding that up. Chuck hits people pretty hard. That guy held his own really well.
a couple instances where Charlie's gotten a little bit caught in that decision making. Not an initial run being made. We've seen a little bit with Max Kent too, where there's not an individual run, and then maybe that extra touch is the one that lets them down.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit extra thought process going on instead of just being fluid.
Stigward into Will Kidd.
Great ball. The classic
Will Kidd chop.
heel snapback, yeah.
The old Will Kidd chop. You know it's coming. You can't stop it.
Oh, totally.
Smith to Stigward. Back to Smith. Out to Barry. is where Max Kent needs to check that weak side run. Excuse me. Youssef dances right on the top of the box. Serves one in, but ends up finding Max Kent.
Again. Oh. Murakami's got to scream on the back there.
Yeah. Looks like some better communication there might have resulted in something on target. But at least it's a deep throw in the Sioux Falls Thunder defensive third. Potentially an opportunity for, a second ball turnover here.
Absolutely. That's what it turned into.
Max Kent clips into Will Kidd, who's all alone.
Oh, he went a little early. I want to check that on the
if we
tape
can get a
afterwards.
replay, if we can get a replay of that one, Tyler, producer Tyler. Oh, he was onside.
Oh my word!
He ran right past both.
These football lines
defenders.
make it pretty easy.
Yeah, that one's unfortunate. But that's the one we were talking about that Max Kent it wasn't seeing right away. Is that weak side third runner has been on for Minneapolis City. Storm's a tidy player.
It is.
But that's good defensively. Eliminate the damage, make them go backwards.
Oh, absolutely. He's not going to go anywhere.
McKerney and Arabo have been doing a lot of
Good cleanup by Ian there.
a lot of ball chasing up top. And that's going to tire you out for that opportunity where you need to have full energy to do something on the offensive end. And that Nick, and explain it to folks, that's what this possession style soccer does. It wears down teams.
Oh, it saps the energy out of you. If you got, and you're thinking so long that if you've got a chance to get the ball finally, you're now thinking, I don't want to lose it. And you're not playing a good rhythm. You're not going at people. You're not making the right decisions because you don't want to be the guy that lost the ball when we just spent 10 minutes trying to get it back. It's exhausting, and
Mentally
you're not thinking immediately to go to goal because you're thinking, wow, we've got the ball back. This is great. So, I mean, it's mentally, you've got to be strong mentally to be able to get through that.
Good ball in from Smith.
And that's such a good ball because even if it doesn't get there, like we see, the knockdown is 3 Minneapolis City players collecting.
Oh. And there you go. Freeway ball. And the car horns are going off. Corner kick for Minneapolis City. Looks like Youssef's on this one. Going to wait until Big Jack Barry and maybe Max Kent get into this.
Maybe see about Macree's seeing that they could just roll that thing to Ian there.
Oh, Lopez. Opportunity for Lopez. Put through the uprights.
Nice ball. Good job turning on that ball. It's not an easy one to keep down.
Maybe he had time to take a touch, maybe.
Possibly.
Minetti wants nothing to do with a short ball.
Nice ball. I like that ball a lot from Max.
And a good touch in to Lopez. Didn't connect it, but I like that decision because what's he going to do with it if he collects it there? Mm-hmm. He's going to have to go backwards anyways. So maybe try to clip one forward. Oh, Lionel Vank almost intercepting there. But playing that ball into Lopez, you never know if there's going to be a weird bounce, odd touch, and then Lopez is in.
I mean, they're doing a really nice job of some high pressure right now. Make their goalie be on the ball. I mean, that's who we want from their team to be on the ball is the goalie because, if he thumps the ball, we've got two giant center backs here to collect and clean up, and we build from there.
And we have Luegi, who has shown so far in his second start of the season being willing to be far off of his line.
Yeah, he's been watching a lot of Germany over with Manuel Neuer.
Yeah. Good ball into Will Kidd as he's 1v1 at the top of the box. Might have rushed that one a little bit. I want to see Will engage that guy a little bit more. Number 4, Haggerty did have a good intervention there to get a foot in to block that back. And allow it to trickle into Simonetti instead of it being dangerous.
Absolutely, he read Will's thoughts there. Oh, I think the sun got Kent there.
Yeah. Maybe you look for like that back flick header to Luegi, maybe?
Yeah, that'd be my go-to.
I thought he was actually going to be doing that.
Right, but then I thought he was going to drop to his chest or something, but he's got a forward on his, at his feet.
And he's got the blazing hot sun right in his face.
Midu doing a nice job shaping the press.
There's another benefit of having that goalkeeper who wants to stay high off their line. Like Lionel Van getting a little hydration break. Max Kent on the ball, Syracuse product. Spent some time at McAllister before that.
Same colors.
Yeah. Maybe change his wardrobe.
Nice back
Good ball
shoulder run.
in to Murakami. Can he keep it in? He cannot. 27 minutes in, folks. Score knotted at 0-0 here at Edor Nelson Field, home of Augsburg University, summer home of the Crows, Minneapolis City. I'm John Bisworm. I am joined by Minneapolis City. We'll just call you an attacker.
Yeah, sure.
An attacker. Nick Hutton joining me today for an absent Eric Nordquist.
Yeah, we're here today because of our great sponsors. We
Yep.
got, Pent Homes. If you're interested in the market for a house, there are hundreds of showings and dozens of offers. Over asking price is the new normal. Today's real estate market is wilding out, but you're in good hands with the experts over at Pence. From the best tools and technology to complete transparency throughout the entire process, Pence Homes is top choice for buyers and sellers. Pence Homes, division of Keller Williams Classic Realty Northwest. We appreciate them.
Thank you, Pence Homes. While you were reading that dazzling ad read, Nick, we saw a great run in by number 2, Nathaniel Ayalu, completely catching the Minneapolis City defense on their back foot. But Luegi being high on the line, able to rip it off his foot, but it was offside.
Fans, check out our new sponsor, Zambezi Biltong, South African beef jerky, and they're set up with a tent over by the supporters group on the west side of the stadium.
They're doing a good job of staying patient there, but they got to make sure they don't drop their guard because these guys are these Sioux Falls players are doing a nice job of trying to turn that into a counter pretty fast.
Yep.
I mean, they haven't been drained too much yet. They're doing a nice job of turning and going. One sloppy turnover could turn things.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in this conference, especially, that's how most of the goals are scored.
Yeah. Strong move by Storm. Nice take by the winger out there. I thought he might have been offside, but did a nice job timing it.
That is just not what you want to see from a cross, especially when, like you were saying before, you haven't had the ball for large stretches. You get it back in a really good opportunity with actually a numbers advantage, and then you put it out wide for a goal kick.
I think that was an example of somebody trying not to screw up rather than getting through a ball. I mean, it almost looked like it was lazy because he was trying to keep something off it and put it in a good spot rather than really striking a dangerous, stressful ball. Nice take by the defender there. Good cleanup by Stiggy.
I was just about to say that that ball in from Ian Smith into Lopez it's a trust pass because it's a crowded area, but he absolutely has full confidence in Lopez not to lose it. Right as I was thinking that comment, he lost the ball.
You're right. They're going to keep hitting it, that's for sure. That's a nice look.
Stigward looking to find Youssef. Going to get on the end of it. He can. He's 1v1 in against Haggerty. Sloppy pass. And here we go on the counter. Vang doing a really good job of trying to slow things up.
Really good tackle.
That's best case scenario when that happens. And that's doing the dirty work right there. That's why he's got his own mural over there.
Lionel?
Yeah, see it? Life-size Lionel playing right before your eyes over extremely larger than life-size Lionel. Other offsides there by Ayudele. He's making those runs.
He got in behind everybody just a little early. Will could be a little stronger there.
Excuse me. Seasonal allergies, sinus infection, they are just crushing me today, Nick. I feel like I'm putting forth my best effort.
Oh, yeah, I completely agree. I wouldn't say I have sinus problems over on my side. It's the actor knowing what lines he missed rather than the rest of the stage.
We were joking that from the production staff, you joining us, we were going to have to put a Minnesota accent filter on your headset.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. And my return question was, is it to plus up the accent or take it away?
Yeah, don't you know? We'll head up north after us up the river.
City getting the possession back. I think it was a frantic 5 to 8 minutes there where passes weren't going where they should, runs weren't being made, mistakes were happening, and that's when you saw the best opportunities for Sioux Falls.
I think it's a big difference in the Crows this year. Is in the past where we kind of get in some of those funks where turnovers start happening, you can start hitting those things with a counter. Whereas now I think there's a lot of veteran presence. There's a lot of good talent there that people get down on a ball to start playing some easy passes a few in a row.
Good idea by Youssef to Fred Drive Van Vang.
And try to calm things back down. Whereas in the past, I think we just kept trying it, or we just go a little bit direct, or go things like that. So it's a sign of maturity. The team is starting to figure that back out. After things go awry, they can come back and clean things up and get back on the ball.
Well, you're starting to see that there's only maybe 3 to 5 players on the 30-man roster that have never played in the NPSL but played at high levels of soccer.
Right.
So that veteran presence is absolutely crucial.
Absolutely, and those veterans have been around each other for so long. We hold each other accountable really well.
Yep, absolutely. Good intervention by Stigward.
Ooh, stepped on.
Very trying to go quick, but smart.
We could see both. They switched Will and Lionel here.
Good tackle by Smith.
Kent being his classic center back, putting a little bit of hit on a center forward anytime you get a chance.
You're in for one of those Ian Smith tackles a game.
Oh, at least. Oh, there's the chop from Will Kidd.
Good hold-up play by McCurdy. Ayudele is a tiny little player too.
Absolutely.
Both wings looking to be strong points for Sioux Falls. Nice ball in. Looking for Arabu. Good touch by Cork. That was, speaking of veteran move, that was Charlie Adams baiting Stevenson Storm into a foul.
Absolutely. He knows what the ref's going to help him out with. I mean, it's some good footwork, but he knew exactly what he was doing.
35 minutes into the first half, 10 plus stoppage remaining, and not a ton to really talk about, Nick.
No, I think they're still kind of feeling things out. Some of that final ball is missing a little bit in terms of just being clean. We've seen some really nice interplay, but that last flick, that last little ball, is either gone missing or that final touch, right? So I'd like to see him get around some of the edges a little bit and play some balls back on the ground.
Good idea by Barry. Just a little bit of miscommunication from the front three. Brings Coach Pribble up off the bench to bark out some instructions. Oh, Lionel Vang.
I think that might have been a little bit of a miss pass that fooled him, pulled the string on him.
Good intervention by Steve Wart. Bang down here, shouting for one.
I want him screaming for that.
He might be. We just can't hear him through the bulletproof glass here up in the booth. Might look for Adams to make that run here as well.
I really like that ball.
Good touch. Glissendorf.
That was a nice job by Glissendorf not to get a piece of Lionel there.
Lionel taking this corner kick. Yeah, the Citizens are out tonight, Nick.
This is awesome.
Jack Barry.
Oh, wide open header. He's gonna. That's keeping him up at night tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Jack. I mean, how do you not mark that guy? All right, look at the replay. Just not a body within 6 yards of him.
Maybe we can give the benefit of the doubt and say the sun was there or something.
Good work by Murakami, even though that went out for the goal kick. Yeah, I'm not going to be as nice as you were. I think that was just a misheader.
Nice breakout by
And Lopez
Ryan
has some
Lopez
space.
here. Will fed him nicely. Keep going at pace.
Just eliminate the damage. Good defense by Ian Smith to hold up Haggerty.
Good feed by Lionel.
Little kid's wide open.
What a ball.
That one took a little chili dip at the end there.
Yeah.
For me, the better option there was Will Kidd.
Mm.
And that could have been where his intentions were.
Right.
That's a difficult ball.
He hits it so hard sometimes he can't control the knuckle.
It's very hard to control the knuckle. Simonetti seems to have a lot of goal kicks today so far. Yeah, that was a foul.
He stepped on the back of the shoe, back of the
Sioux Falls is to go quick to Haggerty. He's got some space, but his decision making let him down there. I think he had runners, he had options, and he just ran out of ideas.
He chose none of them. Got himself in a good spot, but didn't use it.
I will say though, even though he's doing a ton of chasing, Macquarie up top is an impressive player. I think his hold-up play's been well. The downside is that, I mean, look how tired he looks from chasing.
Oh, absolutely, and that's gonna be in the legs when he comes to having to try to finish something when he gets a chance.
It's as if Lionel Vang's shirt was pulled. Good advantage call by the referee there to try to let that play materialize a little bit and see if something can happen for City. It did not, and we're looking at about a 25, 26-yard free kick here for Stigwart. See if Barry can get on the end of this one. Good ball.
Tough ball to handle. Another.
3 crows in the back post. None of them can get it.
Sioux Falls back line did a nice job of staying tight in a high, so they couldn't go too early on that.
And that is why we brought you in the booth, Nick. That dynamite analysis. .41 minutes, folks. Still 0-0 in this Saturday night NPSL North soccer action between the Sioux Falls Thunder and your home, Minneapolis City Crows.
They've moved Jack up in on all the goal kicks up into the middle and dropped
In behind.
Ian down below just so he can have a little bit of height to try to win some balls up there.
Good step by Max Kent.
Really good step. Stevenson was definitely looking for a foul.
That's the one we were talking about where patience there, even though you have the counter and you have numbers, patience there would have been better.
He's got that club in his bag. He just doesn't always have to use it.
Charlie's open. Still open. Stevenson Storm just ball chasing at this point. To save your energy, you don't want to do that.
You might be thinking, I'm getting close to halftime. We can take a break in a sec. I mean, you know, it's right now they haven't had a whole lot of build-up play. You might be thinking, I've got to do something organically to turn over in a good spot to go.
Man can keep this one in. 1v1 versus Glissendorf.
Nice one-on-one.
Slots the ball back. Oh, good defense again. Omari's been right on the spot.
Absolutely. He's been getting his body in the way. He's been getting a shin into the passing lanes. That's a foul.
Yeah.
He'll be on the ball, and you'll be trying to chase him, and he'll just completely stop, and you just go right through the middle of him. You can draw a foul on anybody. It's incredible.
Well, if you're Glissendorf, there's nowhere for him to go there. Like, even giving a half yard of space to defend is still okay there, because even if he turns, he's got nowhere to go.
Absolutely, and I think that yard of space just so quickly moves because Midus moves.
Yeah. Yep.
He does a good job of holding people off with his big, strong derriere there. It's tough to get around. Oh, man, what a ball.
One of these has got to fall.
Just go straight back.
Stevenson Storm on a run here. Great save initially by Luegi. Storm pushes the rebound wide. That's how you get scored on those counterattacks. Charlie Adams, excuse me, could have probably gone back to Luegi there, but he chose to try to take a touch, and it looks as if he might be laboring a little bit.
That was a really impressive run by Stevenson after all this chasing.
Yeah. Much like Mito Youssef, very, we'll call it center heavy.
Oh, okay, strong guy, that's for sure.
Yeah. Jack Barry. And a player to watch, Will Kidd.
I'd like to see Will and Lionel get a couple more of those runs just like Lionel had where he got around the edge and was able to draw it back to
yeah, absolutely.
A trailing run.
So we're into the last minute of the half. Indicators are there will be no stoppage. Not really a need for any today. No players went down.
No
not a lot of
injuries.
fouls. No injuries.
They're not taking a whole lot of time. There's a lot of goal kicks and stuff, but you know they've been pretty quick. The ball kids are doing a nice job. Great run.
Great run in by Lionel Vang. In alone.
Yes!
And the goal! Lionel Vang! Great ball in by Stigward. Lionel Vang makes no mistake with his first touch and puts it right through the ear hole of Simonetti at the death right before half, Nick.
Wow, that changes the entire conversation in the locker room. That was a dynamic run by Lionel, go diagonally at he started wide and went straight at it. Who played that ball? It was Stiggy?
Stigwart, yeah.
Just the weight of the pass was really what broke it all down for them. Is Lionel didn't have to try to collect it. It was easy pass to take, one easy touch and hit his shot.
Look at the body language of Sioux Falls. As we real quickly watch this replay. Great first touch. Yeah, there was no chance.
No chance for the goalie.
Look at the body language of Sioux Falls. A lot of players, heads down, hands on hips. Macari with the opportunity here. Great block by Murakami. And there we do. There does it, folks. We're at the half, 45 minutes. We'll take a quick break, hydrate, and we'll be back at you with our first half analysis. I'm John Bisworm, joined by Nick Hutton. 1-0 Minneapolis City versus Sioux Falls Thunder in your Saturday night NPSL North action. We're going to play some Bills, take a quick break, and we'll be back at you shortly. Thank you.
All right.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to NPSL North Conference Soccer on this Saturday in Minneapolis. Augsburg University, Edor Nelson Field, home of Minneapolis City, the Crows versus the Sioux Falls Thunder. 1-0 with a goal in the 45th minute right before the half by Lionel Vang on a great pass in from Max Stigward. Before we get started to talk a little bit about what we saw in the first half, I want to say a big thank you to TCO. Sports-related injuries aren't limited to head lacerations, groin stomps, ruptured appendices, all in a day's work for Minneapolis City. But we're also affected by the typical pulls, tweaks, knocks, bonks, and sideline players anywhere, every day. Thankfully, Minneapolis City is in good hands with our longtime sports medicine partner, Twin City Orthopedics, to get properly trained and keep our players on the field. I was joined by co-host Nick Hutton. He is waiting in line for the food truck. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what I saw in the first half. Not a lot to really report on. There were good bouts of possession by Minneapolis City. The final ball was letting them down. Couple set-piece plays. We saw Jack Barry get in free on a couple headers he'd like to probably have back that could have increased the score sheet. When we talked about keys of the game, though, we talked about keeping the clean sheet. So far, the defense has done their job versus the Sioux Falls Thunder as the scoreline is 1-0. For Sioux Falls, Stevenson Storm and number 20, Steven Iodele, their outside wingers have been very, very active, have probably been the bright spots, as has Jack Mackery up top. Not a lot for them to do. They've been doing a lot of chasing defensively, tiring themselves out. Nick talked about that a little bit in the first half, how tiring it is to be chasing around sideways, back and forth when the other team is possessing like Minneapolis City has been. But in brief spots, they have been doing a really good job of being dangerous, unable to find the code against goalkeeper Troy Lewegi. We're right about ready to get started here. I want to thank one more sponsor before we get kickoff here, and that's Southside Barber Lounge. You probably haven't cared for your hair in 14 months, but suddenly it's time for your rat's nest to see the light of day. What are you supposed to do? With services ranging from basics like routine haircuts and beard trims to super sexy advanced options like that specialty cut or hot lather shave to make you feel like a prince among men, Southside Barber Lounge, located at 38th and Bloomington in Minneapolis, is your one-stop shop for men's grooming. Visit southsidebarberlounge.com. I am now joined by Mr. Nick Hutton. His food arrived from the food truck, so he's back with us. Give us a little bit of your thoughts on the first half. I mentioned that a lot of possession from City, Iodele and Storm, dangerous for Sioux Falls, but that pressure of chasing back and forth defensively, kind of half chances. It could have been full chances.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be interesting what kind of game it turns into, right? It's going to be a totally different game with a 45th-minute goal there. We didn't get to see them play at all after scoring. And we'll see if they're going to have to come back and try to tie things up or if they're going to just kind of weather it and hopefully
try to get out of here.
Nick off a tie at the end of the game, So they try to keep it at 1-0 as long as they can, or do they try to run back early?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the body language from Sioux Falls after that goal was not positive. A lot of hands on hips, a lot of heads down, not a lot of team communication. Trying to rally back from that one. It was kind of a gut punch.
Absolutely. I mean, luckily they got it right to the locker room, so hopefully the coaching staff on their side can help sort things out. That's you know, that should be what have happened, right? But, you know, again, we'll have to see. You know, smart foul at in the middle there to slow that attack.
Yeah, early foul by Stigward on Haggerty. Haggerty had some space, but good counterattack saving foul there, but a dangerous free kick.
But yeah, so I think the big thing I wanted to see out of the Crows is just continue to do the simple things cleaner, a little faster. You know, the spaces they're getting to the right spaces. They had a lot of good plays. Somebody offsides or what?
No, it was a foul. Looks like we just moved it up 25 yards. How was the food?
Arthur's actually picking it up. They must have run out of something because I ordered and then it just sat there and still hasn't gotten over there yet.
Well, we'll give you some time to eat.
Yeah.
We still got 45.
I saw Artie out there. It's like, hey, you collect the food and
Bring it up to the booth.
Yeah, right.
So it looks like Stevenson Storm's going to be on this. 21 yards out on the left hash from the Minneapolis City goal. 3 men in the wall. Looks like Luegi's putting some final instructions as Storm steps in to take this one. And an easy parry for goalkeeper Troy Luegi. Maybe catchable,
I think he catches that most of the time.
but
Just
safety
being
first,
safe.
that's fine. And it looks as if Storm will be taking the ensuing corner kick.
Interesting wall. We put our smallest guys ever. Lionel's on the edge of the wall.
Yeah. Storm. And Riley Arabo going over the top of Murakami. Could have potentially been called a foul there for climbing on the back of him, but 6-1, half dozen to another, whether it's a goal kick or it's a foul in that same area. But Luegi looks to get it quick into Max Kent. Looks like a little bit higher of a line here from Sioux Falls.
Some of them. They're definitely engaging.
Higher.
Yeah, the point of engagement is moved up.
Good movie title.
Yeah.
Point of engagement. Looks like Max Kent and Lionel Vang got crossed up a little bit there. Haggerty on the ball.
Good fight.
Vang fighting.
Oh, called it an elbow, I guess.
And Sioux Falls goes in quick. Glissendorf into Stevenson Storm. Basically
Ambitious ball.
Yeah. It's a tired pass. A mentally tired pass. I mean, there's 4 other options I'm counting right here. Maybe 5 if you're talking about Ayudele here, who would have been a little bit more out wide. But, yeah, they could have kept possession there.
Good run from Brian.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, it stayed in. What do you think the halftime message was by Coach Van Benskoten to the team?
I mean, I think he had to change it at the last moment there. I think it's stay the course, stay patient. You know we have people who are going to come in and get some early minutes like we were talking about from the get-go. Staying fresh is going to mean getting some guys probably in the 55th to 65th minute.
Yeah, looks like he's heading down there right now. O'Driscoll, Miles Stockman-Willis, and Kevin Andrews all up. Charlie Adams with the ball. Looking to find in Youssef. Keeps it in with a nice slide. Good patience. Jack Barry throws his big leg at that one.
Yeah, I'd imagine the message at halftime was, here's how much time you've got to make a difference. Go do it.
Yeah. 10 minutes, 15.
Right. Then we're going to put fresh legs against some tired legs on the Sioux Falls side.
If I'm Sioux Falls, my message was get collectively together and stop the isolated long ball. Mm-hmm. And we're seeing it already again, where Omari throws a long ball into Macari, who's been doing a great job of the hold-up play like we talked about in the first half, but
a little bit on an island.
On an island by himself. Little kid get a little confused up there, but good 1-2 with Ian Smith from Youssef. But the pass was a little bit...
Good read by Murakami.
A little bit behind him. Yeah, you're right. Murakami stepping in there. That's a great intervention.
Good scoop.
Good chip in. Ian Smith is in.
Oh.
Great tackle to get the
Would
ball
love to see
instead
an
of the
Ian
guy.
Smith goal celebration, whatever that might be.
I think he just walks back like he's doing right now. Youssef on the corner kick. Interesting, Max Kent not taking the opportunity to get forward.
And him just saving some legs, I wonder.
Maybe.
I'd imagine we get a chance to see Aaron Olson today.
Yeah, maybe.
Good old Crow.
Club captain. Player to watch, Will Kidd with a good service in. Finds Youssef all alone on the outside of the box. 1v1 in against Haggerty. Puts Haggerty on skates. Lopez slots one home, 2-0, and the goals are starting to come now. Great hustle by Midu Youssef to do all of the dirty work there, Nick.
Oh, absolutely.
And toe poke it back to Lopez, who didn't have a red shirt within 5 yards of him.
Oh, he created so much chaos in there.
Yeah, there's not even a player within 5 yards of him.
Calm finish. Just slotted it.
And that went through Amari's legs.
Off the post?
Yeah. Through Amari's legs, off the post, through a crowd. Simonetti really never had a chance at that one. I believe that's Brian Lopez's first goal at the club.
No, he scored the game winner against Duluth, maybe?
Second goal. See, I typically don't do that stuff. I do what you're doing. And you're doing a fantastic job, by the way.
I'm gaining an appreciation for what you guys do on a regular basis.
It's not easy. It is not easy.
All the podcasters and the people who host these shows.
I think the Crows are getting on the front foot here.
They're starting to just turn the screws a little bit, and you'll see how much stress that this Sioux Falls team can manage. Especially put a couple of new dynamic players in, and a second goal that probably moves that timeline up for the coaches to get some new bodies in, get some minutes and some new legs.
It looks as if Sioux Falls is going to be making 2 substitutions. We'll wait on seeing what those are. Good tackle by Ian Smith. Sinus headache is starting to settle in for me, Nick. You got to give
a little bit of Mpls or a little bit of
a
couple beers or something like that. That'll help alleviate any of that.
Yeah, it'll put me right to bed.
Yeah.
If I'm Macquarie, I'm just tired of having to battle up against both Max Kent and Jack Barry all day.
And he's got, he's running 30 yards left, 30 yards right, 30 yards left, 30 yards right. No touches.
Good ball in to Midu Youssef from Max Kent, and looks as if we have another corner kick. And you're right, the screws are starting to be tightened a little bit more.
Kevin Andrews on his way over there.
Yep. We'll get the subs here momentarily. Youssef to take the corner. Jack Barry. A good defensive clearance by Omari. Youssef
nice
all
job
alone.
Getting back on sides.
Oh, Jack Barry. He's going to want to have a couple of these back. So our subs for Minneapolis City, number 11, Kevin Andrews is going to be replacing goal scorer Lionel Vang.
Nice game for Lionel today.
And we don't have a 15. Let's see here. I don't know who number 15 is. Number 15 is coming in for Ayalu. We'll double check on who that is. And then we have...
Sioux Falls Thunder coming on the field right now, number 15.
We have number 12, David Bizamana, coming in for number 10, Stevens and Storm. So Stevens and Storm's day is over.
Number 2, Nathaniel.
Another guy that put a good shift in today.
Number 15. Let's see who number 15 is. You call the action, Nick. We'll have to figure this out.
High press from Brian Lopez coming in. Nice ball over the top, but Jack Barry's here to clean it up.
Well,
Murakami.
There is not a number 15 on our roster that we were given, so lower league things.
Yeah. Looks like a lively player.
Looks like Siku Chroma.
He does. Miss Siku.
What happened to that guy? You mean Josh Chroma?
He's right. Siku's probably watching right now. We miss you, buddy.
Right somewhere in the lower leagues of England.
Yeah.
Some sort of Luton Town or Shrewsbury Town or something like that.
Absolutely.
But he is active, whatever number 15's name is.
Kevin Andrews' first touches.
Good tracking back. And a nice ball in little unlucky, but his activity to get it back is what you want to see. Murakami cleans that one up. Here, Chuck, you have it.
All right, somebody's got to calm this all down.
There's Jack.
Good job.
Good tackle. By number 25, Charlie Adams, getting stuck in. On the new man, number 12, David Bizamana. Good tackle again by Ian Smith. He's been all over the place defensively. Stigwar looks to go quick to Youssef.
Midu liked the look. Gives the thumbs up back home.
I like those substitutes have given Sioux Falls a little life. They're down 2-0, so they don't really have a choice at this point.
But yeah, you like the liveliness they bring in. That's for sure.
Nice ball into Kevin, and Kevin's in.
Will Kidd knocked down off the ball.
Yeah. Lopez doing the smart thing there, not trying to force something into traffic.
Oh, into Will.
Will Kidd. Great first touch by Will Kidd. Amari again with a nice diving block. That guy's all over the turf, but it leads to a corner kick for Minneapolis City. Looks like the referee is having a quick conversation with Will Kidd about what happened, as Will's obviously not happy about that because he felt he was in, as Andrews had acres of space to try to slot one through to him. But nonetheless,
Ref's probably claiming advantage being played.
yeah, probably. I mean, the ball was nowhere near the area, so maybe even a yellow card, but short corner. Stigward finds the ball in. Ian Smith with the left-footed belter, just wide, just wide.
I can't wait for Dom's reaction on that one.
So we look at the replay here. Will Kidd's going to make the run.
Oh, that's
an off-the-ball foul in the box.
That's a penalty.
Yeah, it's a penalty. It looks as if Captain Max Steward's day is done as number 6, the Irish Zidane, Aiden O'Driscoll coming in. And it looks like the armband is being passed over to Ian Smith, the remainder of the action tonight. A bevy of activity for the Crows up on the sidelines.
2 subs before the 60th minute. You know, if the rest of those guys are coming off the bench as soon as we get another.
I was going to say, if you're not going to call the clear and obvious foul on Will Kidd off the ball, you definitely have to call that one. But on that replay, I was watching the assistant referee on the sidelines looking nowhere near being in position to even see that foul.
Yeah, no, he's ball watching, that's for sure.
I mean, even the near side, the guy in front of us, see, look, he's looking at the ball. And he's not even with the last defenders.
Will can't even brace for it because he gets hit in the back while he's watching the ball. The ball Midu wants back probably.
Yeah. Smart play by Charlie Adams. O'Driscoll getting his first action, immediately turning into a defender. Maybe no one gave him a shout there.
Good job to work on getting a turnover back.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing he does. Just one of the smartest soccer players I've seen, specifically in this area, but maybe ever. I mean, he does all the little things right.
He's so fun to play with. You know exactly what he's intending to do.
Next count with acres of space if he wants to take it. Into Midu. How was that offside when he ran past both defenders?
I'd like to see that one back.
tough one back to Troy, but smartly just,
Smart to just dump it.
yeah, just dump it out. Another substitution for Sioux Falls. Hopefully this person is on the roster, and they are. And that would be Caden Williamson replacing number 7,
Beltran.
Eric Beltran, who I thought Beltran had a decent game.
Yeah.
But maybe looking to get more numbers forward.
Coming on the field, number 23, Caden Williamson. replacing
Arthur
number
with
7,
food.
Eric
Yeah,
Beltran.
there you go. Good fight by Lopez.
Brian's had a nice day today.
He has. Very active.
Push it.
Will Kidd can collect that.
I want to see him push it by those guys and make somebody keep up with his pace. You know,
Yeah.
I think people have seen him wanting to cut back into the inside a few of these ones. I want to see him just make it stressful and go straight beyond some of these people because he's got the pace.
Absolutely. And I think if he would have had that touch, he could have seen that Kevin Andrews was streaking back post past his defender. Kevin Andrews, speaking of, with an opportunity here, we get the Minneapolis City gets the foul. However, I don't necessarily think that was a foul. I think he was definitely nudged going away from the defender, but I think that some of the other ones we've seen, that one was a little bit softer.
Right. I couldn't tell if somebody got stepped on a foot or something like that. I wouldn't suggest that the push was enough to be a foul. Maybe it was a kick down low.
The ref was right there.
Right.
Let's see if
There wasn't an argument by their team over it, though. You know.
yeah, that's a good point. O'Driscoll into the wall. Back out wide to Will Kidd. I don't know how I don't know how that one's off either.
Maybe Will went early to try to get on a rebound. Didn't get back in time. We're gonna have to talk to Aiden about that one. That was middle of the wall, belly button height.
Lopez almost gets a shot on target from his backside there. Hey, Chairman Hoodeman's up in the booth. Happy anniversary to Chairman Hoodeman and his wife Ann.
Yeah, rocking the nice new Stegman's hat.
Yeah, absolutely. It's some good sportsmanship there by Macquarie going into the back of Kent and helping him up. Bet a good sportsman battle between the two of them today. Smith goes back to Max. We're going to have to start maybe pulling out some cheddar here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yellow's been on a few of those. Murakami's not happy.
Yeah, that's now been 3 straight fouls by Sioux Falls through the back of a City player. I mean, you're going to look to see no matter what team goes through the back of someone next, that yellow card's probably coming.
Oh, absolutely. And you kind of hope so with a 2-0 lead.
That was not necessary.
Oh, Matt came in hard. That should be the first yellow.
That should have definitely been a yellow card. I don't think that's the last we're going to see of that battle.
No, I don't think so. I think
Good win by Max Kent.
Kevin, on your horse. Good hold up.
Sioux Falls is all disorganized right now. Look at 4 players centrally. Murakami just wide open.
Ready to do some damage here. Now that he's angry. What a turn.
Yeah, that's what you get out of Aiden O'Driscoll.
And a
really good idea.
Classy through ball.
What you see there is that's Aiden O'Driscoll studying abroad for a year, not playing a ton of COVID soccer, and just getting back in. He makes that pass 9 out of 10 times.
Absolutely. Just checks up right for him. Nice run through the middle.
Another tired pass, which is difficult to see from a player who just entered the action.
Absolutely. I mean, you can see some of the tired legs and the
Good turn
lack
by
of
Andrews.
options he's got right now. Midu looking for a little bit of calmness here. And then sprays the long ball. Good battle by Will and 20 on 20 seeking contact.
Not the last we're going to see of that one either, unless
No.
one of them comes out here. Lots of substitutions about to enter the fray. This will be a good opportunity for you to maybe eat your food that you finally got.
All right.
We got a throw in from Murakami into Andrews. Driscoll finds a streaking Youssef, who tries to do a flick, but to no avail. Would potentially like to see him take that shot as opposed to trying some sort of sky flick. A good defense by Max Kent. Youssef's going to get on the end of one of these sooner or later, unless his day is coming to an end. Unlucky touch there for Ian Smith. And the Sioux Falls cross overcooked. Substitutions coming in for Minneapolis City. Get those in a second here. Number 22, Dominic Mesgen, replacing number 19, Brian Lopez, who had a fantastic day today. And number 16, the return of Samuel Ruiz Plaza, will be replacing number 15, Ian Smith. So you probably look for Dom or Samuel to drop into that central defensive midfield spot.
And number 16, Samuel Ruiz Plaza.
Good day by the central three of Minneapolis City. But if you're if you're Sioux Falls Thunder, you now have to go up against a brand new three players who are equally as good as the last three. Great ball by Max Kent into Murakami. He finds Youssef with some space to operate. Chipping into Kevin Andrews, who's in. Unlucky. Potentially had time to take a touch there. A little bit indecisive. You know, like I said, had that time, potentially could have taken a touch. But right idea, just wrong execution. Ayalu. Ayudele with an unlucky touch there. Oh, good turn by Youssef. Yeah, gets Kevin Andrews isolated one-on-one. Unlucky left-footed shot for Andrews, but I like the individual play. Another through the back. It needs to, a card needs to happen here before in a 2-0 game an injury may occur. 69th minute, 2-0 to the Minneapolis City Crows versus the Sioux Falls Thunder in NPSL North Saturday soccer action. Great pass from Youssef into Andrews. Resulting in a corner kick. Talk a little bit about what you're seeing from Andrews, Nick.
Well, he's just continues to get so much better. I always forget how young he is still. You know, he's just got college picked out. I think he's going to Central Florida.
Yeah. Jack
so
Barry with the long-range effort.
I think he's got all of the tools. He's fast, he's strong. His feet are absolutely lightning quick. He's a smart player. I think he's just, you know, doing better job over the years, just continuing to learn how to read the game, see different ways to play in it, and just understanding who he's got around him, right? So some people want to get flicks and play ball to feet. Other people want to be getting a ball in space, everything like that. He's just, you know, he's picking up steam in terms of his talent, and it's really exciting to see. I think he's going to be a really dangerous player for Central Florida down there.
Yeah, you know, 4 years of collegiate work in a high-level environment like Central Florida. I mean, we saw what 2 years of it did for Captain Max Stegwart.
Absolutely.
And, you know, that's a, I wouldn't say a perennial soccer powerhouse, but it's starting to get there. It's definitely in the conversations of being in the top 15 in the country.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and they're continuing to recruit at a high level. Because of their current success, they're continuing to pick up better and new recruits. He's gonna be good just going through and having to battle for his position on a regular basis. I think over these few years, this has been really, really good for his development to play against people who are older than him, and rather than just dominating his age group, he's been continuing to get better and better.
Mesjin with space.
Good call and play.
Unlucky first touch by. Oh, that's
foul.
got to be a yellow card. Like, I'm very surprised there has not been.
Midu's going straight to the ball, and then the walk away too. I mean, you can only give out so many warnings without giving a warning eventually.
Right. I mean, we mentioned it 4 fouls ago, and including 2 for Minneapolis City. On Sioux Falls, that the next one should be a yellow card, and we haven't quite seen it yet.
Yeah,
Great ball in for Kevin Andrews.
I think the ref's done a nice job thus far. That's the only thing he's missing right now.
Cheddar.
Yeah.
Just showing that craft single. Patient play by Ayudele. It was a case of for Murakami. Look what I found.
Yeah, absolutely a good miss there. Good tackle, but falling down knocks it right back to Jack Berry.
I continue to be impressed by Macri. I don't know, what's your take on him as a target striker?
I mean, he's starved for service, that's for sure. He's still making the right runs. He's getting the right channels. He's doing all the things you want him to do. It's just you almost feel bad for him right now just because he can't get on a ball.
Yeah.
So I mean, it'd be fun to see what he can do when he can get on the ball a little bit more. It's tough to judge right now. It's a dangerous run.
Handball.
Good help by Jack.
Dom Mesjin's wide open. There we go. Great ball into Andrews, who's in. Tries to wrong hand the keeper.
Yes! What a roll by Kevin. That was incredible to avoid the goalie and get that thing rolled around.
I mean, if he could have pulled off the first one, that's special.
Oh, yeah.
But staying with it, good stick-to-itiveness, finding that near post. Great interchange play with Dominic Mesjin.
That was really, I mean, just a good tackle in the back, build up through Aiden, finds Kevin, who came all the way across the field, drops it out to Will, one-touch pass to Dom, who one-touch Kevin's in, and then it's just a little bit of creative magic one-on-one against the goalie.
Yeah, absolutely. Good team goal.
Absolutely. I mean, we were just in the 18 10 seconds ago defending and turned into another nice goal.
Got a litany of substitutions here. We're going to try to figure them out. We'll get to them in a second here. For Sioux Falls, number 16, Mario Semes, replaces number 22, Arabo. And number 13, Ryan Mix, replaces number 19. The guy that we spoke about of having some really good action, Jack Macri. And for Minneapolis City, number 2, Aaron Olson.
Oh.
Subbing in for number 25, Charlie Adams.
Nice to see him back in the lineup. He's been doing a lot of work at center back, so it's fun to see him on the edge.
And number 20, Miles Stockton-Willis, in for Murakami. Number 12, Javier Juarez, going in for Midu Youssef, and I think that pushes Will Kidd up top.
Nice block on the goal line there. Troy Luegu went down and
keeping that clean sheet.
Absolutely. Pushes Will Kidd in the middle, like you said.
Substitutions on the field for Sioux Falls Thunder. 16, Mario Chernis.
What's this guy going to do with it?
And number 13, Ryan Mix.
Nice ball.
Replacing number 22, Riley Arbo. And number 19, Juan Macri.
Good defense by Samuel Ruiz Plaza.
patient.
Good save by Luegi.
I think he had it covered. I don't think he had to get a touch on
He
it.
didn't get a touch on it. Good individual play by number 16, Mario Semas, coming in the last round of substitutions. But it looks as if Minneapolis City is out of substitutions for the day. So hands together for health.
Absolutely. Keeping it fresh.
Keeping it fresh. Andrews has a little bit of life after that last goal.
Join me in wishing happy anniversary to club co-founder Dan Horman and his wife Ann.
Good work by Ruiz
A
Plaza.
little bit of a tug there. Ref didn't see.
Down there, and that means another sellout.
That's a okay. So
I guess he did.
here's what I'm going to say about quick ball from Mesjin into Juarez. Here's what I'm going to say about that one, Nick. Bad call by the ref. Like, call the first one.
Oh,
And
totally.
It wasn't even an advantage situation. It was just a bad. He bailed out a bad touch after a foul.
Absolutely.
For those of you saying this is a Homer broadcast, that is a comment geared towards the fact that we should not have gotten a call there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mesjin forgot something there.
Nice tackle.
Yeah, good tackle. Will Kidd with a shot. Off the
crossbar.
Wow.
Roped it. Wow.
Just bodies everywhere. That's a great rip. Simonetti was just
Goalie's
waiting for it to go
watching
in.
it.
Yeah. Will Kidd, our player to watch tonight, has been all over the field, but just hasn't quite cracked that code yet, Nick.
Yeah, he's still got about 13 minutes or so. I think he's got a good chance of putting it on. Gatto on the ball. Nice ball into Aiden. Aiden calmly, collectively, almost dribbles his way out. Errant pass there by the Sioux Falls. Gatto trying to change the gears. Ooh, bad tackle there. Goes uncalled. Omari on the ball, tries going long, sprays into the stands. Nice catch by the fans there.
At some point, the referee is going to need to call a yellow card.
Just to calm things
Yeah,
down,
it's starting
slow
to
it.
get a little bit for both sides. It's
Right.
not just one side here, but it's starting to get a little bit frantic.
Make sure 3-0 game doesn't turn into something.
Good step by Captain Olsen into Andrews, who has options.
Oh,
Andrews wanted that one. You know what? Why not, right? Good step by Mesjin. Great swarming defense by Minneapolis City to keep the ball in the Sioux Falls defensive third.
good help defense.
Time to slow it down, clean it up a little bit. A lot of the new faces that are on, a lot of energy.
They want to get it. They want to get into the action, get into the stats book. But
Yep.
you know, really, what they should be doing is just kind of taking some of the air out of the life of the game and
Yep.
have them chase.
79th minute, Minneapolis City up 3-0 against the Sioux Falls Thunder in Saturday night NPSL North Conference action. As we see the Crows with the
Great
handle,
ball by Dom.
the handle on this one. Would you say, Nick?
Absolutely, that was a great ball by Dom, just clearing it out.
It's like Stockman Willis. Ooh,
Nice tackle.
bad giveaway. No Driscoll finding Ken if he can get on the end of it, and he does.
Wow.
Max Kent wants to get in on the party, but then it hit my car in the parking lot.
He's got something to explain to the team after
He,
that one.
he literally did hit my car.
maybe he'll probably claim some time-wasting efforts there.
Who, Max?
Yeah, dump it out of the park.
No, I think that the turf got him.
Yeah.
I saw it rise up. It's like number 20, Ayudele, is going to be replaced by number 3, Diego Esquivel. Look at the replay here. Couple quick step overs by Andrews. Finds that half yard. Just couldn't quite find that.
A good block, but I think he missed the window he was looking for.
Yeah. The first step over, I think, did the work, and the second one could have been the shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep an eye out for Zambezi Biltong going through the stands.
Cristiano Ronaldo used to do a lot more step overs at his young age than he does now.
Yeah, he only needs one. Did you watch that Germany game today?
Yeah, they
That was a good soccer game.
they put a thumping on him.
But the funny thing was, the first goal goes in by Ronaldo, and I'm watching it with my dad. Will Kidd, who's in, up against 2 defenders, not a ton of help, but it's coming in the way of Ruiz Plaza and Javier Juarez. Ruiz Plaza with a great
Nice
turn.
job by Sam to keep that attack going.
Will Kidd
and
in.
This is the goal.
Will Kidd slots home through the legs. Our player to watch. Nets the 4th goal. Creates the $1 fine for Federico Simonetti by getting the ball slotted through his legs. And now, Nick, it's starting to be that time again where...
Absolutely. I think, the funny thing is all the good play, build up, this, that, and the other that Will has done all day, not rewarded. Then just a deflection off the back line, falling right to him is, what it takes in the end.
They don't ask how, they ask how many, right?
Right.
So your scoreline 4-0 between Minneapolis City and Sioux Falls Thunder. With probably, I don't see a ton of stoppage in this one, maybe 1 minute, maybe 2.
No, if that. Yeah, right. No injuries, fortunately. A few goals, short goal celebrations.
Yep.
I think Sioux Falls would be all right getting back on the bus and heading out.
Ruiz Plaza has been super active since he's entered into the fray.
Oh, he's trying to put his mark in there. Absolutely. He's doing a nice job.
Nwegi with the line clearing ball.
What a touch.
Great touch by Mesjin.
Key here after the 4th is getting out of here nice and healthy.
Yep. Kevin Andrews is in. Yeah, he wants that one. I've been very impressed with number 5, captain for
Omari for Sioux Falls.
Yeah,
he's been blocking everything. He's been all over. He's been doing the work for a bunch of people.
He's made it very difficult for whoever is the target striker at the point to do anything.
Yeah, clearly he likes contact. He encourages, he welcomes getting into bodies, hitting people a little bit. He's jumping into blocks, tackles, right place. He's not having to go too far out of his way because his positioning's clearly pretty good.
Oh, looks like Captain Aaron Olson getting his second touch of the game there. Look at the bombing run he's making.
Oh,
He wants that one.
buster.
He wants that one.
The point where everybody forward starts to get frustrated, where their runs don't get picked up because the guys in the back are like
Olson's still on.
Just trying to kill the.
It's been a while since he played. I'm sure you're going to be like that once you get back to the action.
Oh, I'm
Give me the ball always.
looking forward to it.
How is recovery going?
Good. TCO folks are awesome. I'm working over at the training house there over at the Vikings headquarters. Brian Holst was Mike Shrilla for a little bit, but then he actually left to go work with the U.S. men's national team in their big win out in Denver over Mexico. So
Oh, nice.
Just curious to see if he got a medal too.
Probably. I mean,
those guys.
Support staff keeps the players. Oh, nice ball by O'Driscoll into Stockman Willis.
Nice tackle.
Great tackle.
professional foul by Aiden right there.
And now-
Probably see our first yellow.
And now we get the yellow. Yeah. There's no argument in that. That was a counterattack,
Trip them down,
saving.
say sorry, and keep walking.
Yep. Looks as if the player's okay.
We saw you tried to pull back. Okay.
But yeah, so the intent's got cleared to run last week. Training with the guys through this week. We've got to get through X amount of training to be able to make a roster, and this week game a little quick. Hopefully next week is an option.
Nice. Well, Nora will be back, so I don't really want to see you in this booth anymore. I want to be saying your name as you're lighting up the score sheet.
I'll look right where to look after scoring now. Right to our friends in the booth.
Yeah. Be Eric doing all the work so I can take a week off.
Yeah. Should be a good game to try to get back into and get my sea legs back. Playing Eris, who we did a nice job against them last time.
Yep.
Hopefully we can have a little bit of a cushion the second half when probably make a substitution.
Yep. Just get a few minutes. Good tackle by Juarez. Number 16, Semas, has been decent since coming in.
Right. On your tail. Smart clear.
3 minutes plus stoppage. This one doesn't seem like it's going to be going any other way than it's currently at.
The coaches are thinking clean sheet at this point is the only thing they care about.
Absolutely.
That and health on the way in.
Yeah, absolutely. Leggy puts his foot through one. Olsen's gonna get forward, whether you like it or not.
Oh, he's always done it. He's not gonna put too much for moves on. He's just gonna get you.
Finds Andrews.
Great ball.
Kevin got one. Can't buy that second.
Good look by
Ooh, good save.
Gato, good hit.
Good save.
I like him taking the confidence to hit that.
So with these 4 goals, Nick, that puts us at our tally for the 2019 season.
Same amount of goals. That's incredible.
Yeah. Goals against was 11, and right now we're sitting at 6 with 5 to play. 89th minute. Will Kidd still battling.
Good layoff for Kevin Andrews.
He's got a Stockman Willis banger here. Juarez.
Nice save.
Great save.
Oh,
Double
another
great
second save. Wow. Nice job to press that over the bar.
Mesjin lines one up. Ooh, just wide. Stoppage time, folks, will be 2 minutes. 2 minutes of stoppage time.
About appropriate.
Before the visuals announce 2 minutes of stoppage time, 2 minutes of extra time.
Kevin Andrews with a rip. He wants to find that second goal. Citizens are getting into it. Looks in other NPSL action up in Duluth, over in Duluth, 3-0 halftime score.
Oh, nice nutmeg from Dom to put Gato in. Can Gato send it all the way across?
We'll hold for this as Gato goes 1v1.
Oh my.
Oh man.
What a try. Aaron Olsen sends it back into the fray.
And Andrews with his
Yes! What
second
a
goal. Nice ball in by Mazjin.
Omari trying to shield off Gato.
What I was saying is, up in Duluth at the half, Duluth against Med City, Duluth up 3-0 at halftime.
Wow. Nice ball by Aaron Olsen there. Whole play started with a cheeky little nutmeg from Dom here at half to spring Gato in. Then Gato got in and avoided the hits and
5-0.
walked it across.
And that does it, folks. Your scoreline, 5-0, Minneapolis City over Sioux Falls Thunder, closing out the matchup between these two teams in the 2021 season, keeping Minneapolis City undefeated at the top of the division, now with 24 points on the year. We're going to take a quick break, but then we'll come back with some second half analysis, and then we'll speak to somebody from the field. Welcome back, folks. Edor Nelson Field, home of Augsburg University, summer home of your Crows, Minneapolis City, as we see the scoreline for this Saturday night soccer action in the NPSL North, 5-0 over the Sioux Falls Thunder. Let me get some second half thoughts from you, Nick.
I mean, I think they just continued to break them down. It was exhausting from the Sioux Falls standpoint of trying to chase down when you're not getting much of the ball. I think they got a lot more clinical in terms of taking their chances. We both created a lot more chances, but we're also better at finishing. The sub is good to see the subs that came on made good impacts. Kevin Andrews scored a couple goals. We had Gato making some really good play in there. Samo, Aiden, and Dom did a really nice job in the midfield, kind of owning things, connecting things, and tying it all together. So I think impactful subs was really a huge part of the second half. On top of the first crew stay in the course.
Like we talked about, it's keeping it fresh. The subs that they brought some fresh activity. However, it was a little too late. Right?
And a little bit too isolated. People were kind of having to do things on their own. People were trying to figure out how to break down a tough Minneapolis City back end. So.
All right, well, we have our Southside Barber Lounge call to the booth, and tonight it is 2-goal man Kevin Andrews. John Bisworm here. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm joined here by Nick Hutton. I'll dive in on the questions. We came off of a game midweek against Joy of the People. There was a few chances I feel like you really wanted to probably have back. You came into this one with that fire lit, and you could see it. Every time you were on the ball, you were really looking to find the back of the net. Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah, absolutely. Just from last week, missing those chances. I know I'm going to get more chances. I knew more would come today, and I just said to myself, any chance you get, just put it away and just come back stronger this week. So that's what I tried to do, and I think I did today.
Absolutely. I think the big thing I saw was, last week you didn't let a couple of those misses that you normally tuck away get to your head. It was about getting back, being ruthless. I mean, what do you think? How nice was it to have the guys set you up at some good spots there? I mean, you clearly set some other guys up, but what did you think about some of the guys you were playing across and how they helped you guys be in a good spot there?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that first goal I had was just a beautiful through ball. I mean, combining just to get in, got a little fortunate with the goalie deflection, but put it away. Yeah, I just coming on all the subs, I think we brought in fresh legs and really just took it home.
Yeah, that was one of our keys to victory was have the fresh leg, or keep it fresh. And when you look at a team like Sioux Falls, they brought players on a little bit too late. They couldn't get anything forward, but then we brought our substitutions on, including yourself. Lots of activity. We're now sitting at 8-0, top of the table. I was just saying to Nick before that we've already equaled our goal scoring tally of 2019 in our last title run. Tell me a little bit more about how the goals are actually falling more this year. What's the difference between this team and that team?
Yeah, I think we have so much quality. I mean, coming off the bench, we have players who score. We got guys who've been scoring from the start. I mean, midfield strong, forward strong. Obviously, the back line is a good clean sheet today. So, yeah, I really think this team connects together, especially up front, and we're not at all at our full potential. I mean, there's a lot more goals to be had, and I think they'll come soon.
Absolutely. Well, Kevin, thank you so much. Congratulations on your 2-goal effort today. Congratulations on finally locking it up and choosing Central Florida to go play soccer, but also go to school, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, great game. Go celebrate with your guys.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, well, that is your Southside Barber Lounge call to the booth. Last thoughts, Nick?
I mean, they're picking up momentum at the right time. The team is continuing. I mean, 5-0 after a shaky game that turned out 3-2 last week. It's good to come back, put a stamp of authority there, and really kind of own that. So it's exciting to see. Could have things wrapped up, but I think everybody keeps talking about getting into good habits and continue to push those rather than possibly getting complacent if we have a championship wrapped up, maybe next couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, once again, folks, Minneapolis City in your NPSL North Conference Saturday night soccer action defeats Sioux Falls Thunder by a scoreline of 5-0. I'm John Bisworm. That's been Nick Hutton. Nick, thank you so much for joining me. You have a career in this if soccer doesn't work out.
It's been fun. It's been fun.
All right, folks. Well, thank you so much. We will be back in action next week. I actually don't have it written down, so just go to MPLSCitySC.com. Sorry, there it is on the screen. Thank you, producer Tyler. June 26th, we'll be back at home against La Crosse Eris. So head on over to MPLSCitySC.com, get your tickets. Get on out here. It's been some real fun action this summer. So come join us out here. Once again, I'm John Bisworm. That's Nick Hutton. That's Tyler, our producer in the back of the house. We appreciate you joining us, and have a great rest of your Father's Day weekend. Happy Father's Day.